In this tutorial, we will have a look how we can rotate our player game object around our mouse cursor, as you can see. Okay, and timestamp will be in the description, so go and check out if you wanna jump into a specific part. Okay, so let's get into that without furthering delay. Rotate around mouse cursor. So let's open up our player script by double clicking on it. What we need to do, if we go to unity, okay, unity and then player transform, then rotation, play around with z axis, we can see player indeed rotating. Okay, so basically we need this z rotation. Basically we need to go over to this transform, then rotation. Before we do that, what we're gonna do, we're gonna find the angle. Okay, so let's go to script and in the down update function. Okay, what we're gonna we're gonna use this mathf dot a tan2 function. Okay, a tan2 function, basically this function right over here will take the y axis, okay, sorry, y length and the x length. Basically if my mouse right over here, so we're gonna go get the this y axis and this x axis. Okay, just we have to divide. Okay, a tan2 function will take this y axis and x axis and it will divide, and by dividing we will get the angle of it. Okay, and our rotation, we will add the angle, so so our player game object will rotate around mouse cursor. Okay, so let's go to script now. So first thing, before we do that, so let's make it comment for by double slash this. Okay, so what we need the direction. So in order to get the direction from this mouse position to player, what we need to subtract our mouse position from this player position. Okay, in order to subtract, so let's go to script and over here we have to subtract. So we're gonna pass so let's create a vector2 variable. Okay, vector2, let's call this one mouse pose. Mouse pose, let's set equal to input dot mouse position. Okay, input dot mouse position. So let me explain what does input dot mouse position means. Input dot mouse position means current position of the mouse. So something right over here, if I hover over here our mouse, so this will be mouse position. Okay, input dot mouse position means current position of the mouse wherever the mouse is placed. Okay, so that's the thing, and we storing that position into this mouse pose. Okay, and this mouse pose gonna have x axis and y axis, but we need to convert this input dot mouse position means current position of our mouse into a screen coordinate. So it will be world coordinate, so that's why we need to convert it into a screen coordinate. So in order to convert this mouse position into a screen coordinate, we just have to go to that camera. Okay, camera dot main dot screen to world point, screen to wall point, and just feed this input dot mouse position into that. Now this mouse position will be mouse current position will be in this screen coordinate wherever the mouse is. Okay, so this and we stored the mouse position into this mouse pose variable which has x axis and y axis. So we are ready to get the direction now. Okay, to get the direction we just have to subtract our mouse pose minus player dot position, sorry, not player dot position, we're gonna pass transform dot position and close that up with semicolon. So we just subtracting from our mouse pose. So something like mouse is here, we subtracting to get a direction, we just have to subtract to position. Okay, so suppose mouse is right over here, so we just subtracting this mouse from our player position. Okay, transform dot position means current position of our player. Now we are getting the direction. So let's store this direction into another vector2 variable, because the result will be vector2. Basically we just subtracting two vectors, so that's why the result will also be an vector. Okay, so let's store into the direction into a vector. Let's call it vector, that will be vector2. Let's call it something like direction. And now let's set equal to this. Okay, so over here we're getting a problem. Basically this transform dot position is a three vector three variable. Okay, why? So if we go to unity and then player and then transform, so we're just going over to this transform then position, and we do know this has a z axis as well, but over here mouse position right over here is a vector 2 variable which has only x axis and y axis. So that's why we need to convert this transform dot position into a vector 2 variable. To convert it, we just have to do it inside bracket. So make this first bracket and so make this first bracket and type in that bracket vector 2. Now this transform dot position will be a vector 2 variable which gonna have this x axis and y axis, not this z axis. Okay, now we get the direction. Now let's use this mathf 8 to get the angle. What we have to do, we are now we got the direction. So direction dot y and direction dot x, we have to subtract, basically divide that, so we will get the angle. And we will just gonna go to this transform then rotation, and we will change the we will add up the angle. Okay, so that's the thing. So as a first argument we will pass direction dot y. Okay, and the second argument we're gonna pass direction dot x, and but this will be a radian. So we will get a radian value. Okay, or a radian degree. So we need to convert into this a basically degree. Okay, sorry, we will get in radian, so that's why we need to just convert into a degree. To convert this angle into a degree, we just have to multiply with mathf red to deck. Okay, so it will convert this radian value, so we will get a radian value. Basically the angle will be radian, so that's why we just converting that angle into a degree. Okay, it will be radian, so we just multiply it with this. Okay, it will convert into a degree. And now let's close that up with semicolon, and so this will be an angle. So let's store this angle into a float variable. Let's call this will be float. Okay, a single value. Let's call it something like angle. Let's set equal to this. So we got angle. Now what we have to do, we're gonna go down and we will go to that transform, then rotation equal to, we just moving over to this player, this transform, then accessing this rotation, and we will set the rotation to rotate. So we're gonna pass this, we have to use this quaternion dot angle axis function. Okay, and this function as a first argument will take the rotation, sorry, degree, or sorry, the angle. So we're gonna pass our angle, and the second thing, it will take the in which axis you want to rotate. So if we just move to unity and play around with z axis of player, we can see that indeed player is rotating. So we're gonna set back to 0. So we're gonna pass right over here vector 3 dot forward. Okay, vector 3 dot forward. Basically vector 3 dot forward right over here means z axis. Okay, and make sure just close that up with semicolon. Control S to save your code. Now let's move to new unity. So so we should able to see that our player game object will rotate around the mouse cursor. Okay, so just wait for to compile, and when it's done, hit this play button in the top, and let's check it what's really happening. Player should rotate, so let's hit this play button in the top and let's see what's really happening. So just wait for to compile, and now we should able to see, as you can see, indeed the player is rotating, okay, around mouse cursor, as you can see. So I hope you get the idea right now. Okay, and we can move like this. Okay, so that's pretty cool. So let me explain one more time. So I'm gonna unplay this. Okay, so let's go to our script. Firstly, what we're doing, we getting the mouse position. Okay, so input dot mouse position right over here means current position of our mouse in the x-axis and y-axis. Okay, and then we just converting into a screen coordinate, and we storing this mouse position into this mouse pose vector to variable which has x-axis and y-axis. And now to get the direction, what we have to do, we need to subtract this mouse position from this player position, so we will get the direction. Okay, as you can see, we subtracted our player own position, basically current position, from this mouse position. Now we get the direction, and we storing this direction into this vector to direction variable which has x-axis and y-axis. Okay, and by this we just getting the angle. To get the angle, we have to use this mathf a10 function, and it's gonna take the y-axis and the x-axis and it will divide. Okay, but we will get in radian, so we need to convert this angle into a degree. To convert this, we just have to multiply with this mathf rate to dec. Okay, so now the angle will be converted into a degree, and we storing this angle, okay, basically this angle into this angle float parameter. Basically the angle will be single value, so that's why we just created a float angle. Okay, and then we going over to transform dot rotation means player rotation, and we setting equal to quaternion dot angle axis, and this function right over here, quaternion dot angle axis, it will rotate our player. Okay, so first thing, it will take the angle, so we pass our angle, and the second thing, it will take the axis. In which axis? So we pass vector 3 dot forward, basically means z axis. Okay, so that's the thing. So I hope you get the idea. And lastly, thanks for watching this video. Okay, I will see you in the next video. Okay, goodbye for now.